Fidelity says it is adding Bitcoin as an investment option for many 401k providers. Will you invest in it? Should you? Good idea, bad idea? I got that and more coming up. My name is Mike Bernard. I'm the host of the Wise Money Show. I'm also one of the certified financial planners right here at Korhorn Financial Group. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, turn on notifications, and smash that thumbs up button. Oh my goodness. This is shocking news to me. I know Bitcoin is and investing in cryptos is wildly popular, and I've shared with you before. I am very intrigued by this idea. I'm still on the cautious side of it. I'm not quite as strong as Warren Buffett and Charlie Munger saying this is a non-productive asset, don't touch it, it's a waste. I'm intrigued, I'm interested. I'm not saying for sure this will be the future of payments and the future of our financial system. Yet it is very intriguing. Still, for Fidelity, check out this news. Fidelity is the largest 401k provider out there. So when they are the green shoot, when they're the pioneer, that really says something. Fidelity is going to begin offering, says it's going to begin offering Bitcoin as an investment option in people's 401ks as soon as this summer. Wow. That is surprising. That is out of left field. I don't know. Some of you might have had an ear tuned for this. This is out of left field to me. Yes, there's growing interest in investing in Bitcoin and cryptocurrencies. How could there not be with how much growth has been created and how those investments have performed over the past several years? However, to make it mainstream by putting it in someone's 401k, that is shocking to me. What do you think? Good idea? Bad idea? Well, let's dive into that. Whether, if you're an experienced cryptocurrency investor and trader, you're probably looking at this saying, hey, this is good news. If you've been wondering, well, cold storage, how do I get access to it? And now you'd have it available in your 401k. You might say this is good news. Here's why I'm cautious about this. Here's why I would almost argue this is bad news, okay? I was a financial advisor back during 2008. I've been doing this for about 20 years. And my career started really in the middle of and the aftermath of the tech bubble and all of the finger pointing for mutual funds that had, inappropriate practices for how they were managing their own trading versus trading for their funds, all sorts of that. Elliot Spitzer came out and outed a bunch of companies and was the watchdog there. After 2008, the big story was subprime mortgages and malicious lending, predatory lending practices, all that sort of stuff. But what you might have missed, all right, was all of the 401k regulation change that occurred after 2008 in response to what employees experienced in their 401k from the great financial crisis. Okay, yes, that was just 12, 13 years ago, but my concern here with adding cryptocurrency, we know how volatile they are, on top of not seeing a true recession and bear market since 2008. Yes, we saw the coronavirus recession, but it was the fastest one in history, and we've had an absolute explosion since then. I think it would be an error to not learn some of the lessons that 401ks and plan sponsors learned in the aftermath of 2008. I mean, check this out. Check out all of these headlines here. Just searching in Google, 401ks sued after 2008. Many individuals, employees, lost a significant amount of their life savings by the choices they made within their 401k and actually pointed the finger back at the 401k provider saying, you had too much risky stuff in here. I shouldn't have lost this much money. It's your fault because you, the employer, the plan sponsor, held risky investments inside of my 401k. So of course I'm going to use them and I subsequently lost money. So therefore this is your fault. We know the volatility that happens with cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin. And even though they might be the future of finance, right now they're extremely volatile while we're trying to figure that out. and to make it mainstream in 401ks, I think is setting us up for another potential very risky experience to then be pointing back to 401k plan sponsors and causing more and more regulation. The truth is, most 401ks are, scrutinize how many investment choices they even allow, okay? There's been lots of data that has shown, and I don't like this data, but it is still the data, that has shown that the more investment choices someone has available in their 401k, the fewer people, the less likely people actually participate. Meaning, the more choice someone has, the more options someone has, the less likely someone is to sign up and enroll in the 401k. This is precisely why we have the Wise Money Show. This is precisely why we believe in financial wisdom and comprehensive financial planning, because the more choice you have, you tend to freeze. I don't want to make a mistake, therefore I'm not going to do anything, okay? And that's where, when you have financial choice, that's where you need wisdom. You've got great choices. How do you know which one is the best option? So because of all that, the most 401ks have a very short list of investment options so that it's not overwhelming, and so more and more people will contribute to their 401k. I don't like it because it's harder for a financial advisor to help craft a fully diversified portfolio. It's hard for you to get a fully diversified portfolio within your 401k because you have so few options. So I don't like it, but that's the trend because that's what the data has revealed. Now adding Bitcoin to that limited list of investment choices, I think is confusing. Why not just add a real estate fund? Why not add mid-cap stocks? Why not add small-cap stocks? Why not add a few other large-cap investment options? Why not add some more options within the bond market, inflation-protected bonds or high yield, something like that? Most of these 401ks don't offer those simple ingredients, and yet we're going to add Bitcoin. I think that could be getting the cart before the horse. And additionally, again, in the aftermath of 2008, 401ks now are supposed to benchmark their plan every 3 years to prove, and these are my words, I'm paraphrasing, to essentially prove that their costs are fair, okay, and that their investments are strong, okay? And so with Bitcoin's volatile performance and such limited investment choices, you can go directly to Bitcoin or you can go grayscale, but there's not a lot of mutual funds, there's not a lot of derivative choices out there. So how can a 401k company truly say that from a risk-reward standpoint, having Bitcoin in there, it meets this benchmarking test? And also that having this particular Bitcoin investment is better or appropriate compared to other possible Bitcoin investments because there's so few. So to me, I think this is too soon. I think it is too soon for the largest 401k company, or really any 401k provider, 401k company out there, to add Bitcoin as an investment option. So what should you do? Odds are, if you have a 401k, it might be at Fidelity. What should you do? So to me, okay, while the performance of Bitcoin speaks for itself, you look back over the past several years and it is, the performance is just staggering. It's absolutely breathtaking. However, if you look beneath that, the risk and the volatility that you need to endure to achieve those returns is also breathtaking as well, okay? It's like saying in all your life, the thrill and excitement and enjoyment that you would get from skydiving is at a whole nother level, therefore everyone should skydive. Well, everyone, for the most part, if you have the financial means, could choose to skydive, right? But for many people, they say, you know what, I'm not a thrill seeker. That's too much risk, or that's too scary for me. I'm not really interested in doing that. And so if you look at it, okay, your investment lineup, so having bond investments is similar to driving a golf cart, right? There's not a lot of volatility. There's not much risk. You're not going to go very fast. Investing in the normal stock market, you're driving 70 on the highway, okay? So there's some risk, but it's calculated risk, okay? Bitcoin investing is like skydiving, okay? And so it might not be for everyone, and therefore to have this as an option right next to all of those other investment choices, you might not be able to recognize, oh, that one's skydiving and that one's driving on the highway and that one's, driving the lawnmower down the road. So you might not, the average investor might not be able to tell. So my recommendation would be working with your certified financial planner. I love the idea for those of you that like Bitcoin and cryptocurrency investing. I love the idea of building up your base and saving up your base into tax shelters so that you're reaching your long-term financial goals, and then taking play money and dabbling and investing in Bitcoin or other cryptocurrencies wherever your interests are, okay? I would make sure that you're funding those things correctly so that you've got the right balance of, yep, this is what I'm doing into my tax shelters to get me on track and keep me on track, and then here's the interest, here's the play money that I have that's sort of innovating and seeing, well, will one of these things take off? I think it could be risky for most people to have that play money inside their 401k. Work with your certified financial planner. They're not going to be the wet blanket and tell you, no, you shouldn't do this or that's crazy or whatever. They're going to work with you on balance and having discipline in your investment choices so that you can still stay on track for your overall long-term financial goals. So work with your CFP on all of that. It may make sense for some of you to use this choice, okay? Work with your CFP. If you don't have a CFP on your team, you can contact one on my team. Find us online, Korhorn.com. That's Korhorn with K. WiseMoneyShow.com. You can find us there as well, or send us an email, info@Korhorn.com. All right, there you have it. Go out and take your next wise step in your financial life.